Claude, tell me, did you think my decision to cancel the shield was absurd?
No, sir. I sincerely believe that you made the correct decision, Commodore. If it weren't for your actions, we surely would have...
You were afraid, weren't you? You felt fear. Perhaps you're not yet ready to face the perils of outer space.
It's Draw a Game, the show that asks, hey, what if video games could be on your TV? I'm your host, Alex Frioli, and joining me, as always, Heraldic Mage Junior Grade, Ray Barnholt.
Hello, Alex.
How do you do?
I'm doing good-ish, I suppose.
All right, welcome back into the world of animation.
Ready for yet another rollicking episode here of Draw a Game. How about that?
That's right. We're not making pleasantries. Look, if you want pleasantries, go listen to No More Whoppers or Sassafras or any of our other fine shows. We get right into it on this show.
I think it's the opposite. No More Whoppers is the one where we yell at each other.
Look, we yell in everything we do. It's not a thing we can turn off.
No, I mean like mad.
You ape. Oh.
We upset each other the most on No More Whoppers.
Yeah, this is where we come together to talk about classic anime.
Where we convene at our round table and discuss procedure and all that.
We are recording this at a Round Table Pizza.
Ooh, that'd be good.
Yeah.
Do you think Round Table Pizza would fund their own anime commercial like McDonald's or Cup Noodle does?
I do think that.
Yeah.
Let's bring it to them next time.
Who would you like to do the Round Table Pizza anime? What studio is your favorite?
Oh, probably Gainax.
Yeah. Okay, fine, sure. No, they're bad now.
Oh, are they?
You mean Kara?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not up on anime studios.
Well, Gainax is bad now.
Oh.
I think they went bankrupt or something.
Well, I mean, they spent all those money. All right. My mouth's not doing great today.
Spent all those yen notes.
They spent all those yen notes on Evangelions. Those things are expensive. Right. They're more expensive than they look, and they look expensive.
Alex, it's our third episode.
Oh my God, yes.
And it's our first series of the show.
Yes, this is not a standalone movie. This is, in fact, an anime series.
Right. It was on your television. Well, maybe not yours. Yes. But
it was on a monitor.
Person's maybe back in the day. Yeah.
We watched Star Ocean Extreme. I have to look. I come from Final Fantasy XIV. I have to assume that EX is short for extreme.
Probably.
All right.
A lot of things have EX in the name, right? Game-wise, especially. So
yes.
I guess this would be just the extended extreme edition of Star Ocean, right?
Yes, and I should say I have played one Star Ocean game, and it was Star Ocean FDR, and it was recently, and I noped out of it after only a few hours, so I've never finished a Star Ocean. I played Star Ocean First Departure R on my Switch until about the second town, maybe, and then I was just like, I gotta do something else, so then I started to do other things. I might go back to it someday.
Okay. Well, let's talk about the sequel, shall we? Because that's what this thing is based on.
Okay.
Star Ocean, the second story.
Go on.
Released in 1998, originally in Japan by Enix, however you want to say that.
Enix.
Localized the following year by Sony. This is a PlayStation 1 game, I should also add. It is a sequel to the Super Famicom original. And that was the one that was remade and you didn't play much of, Alex. That was First Departure.
No, I didn't.
Originally developed by Tri-Ace, who was made up of former Wolf Team guys. And Wolf Team had also produced the very similar Tales of Phantasia, which was another Super Famicom RPG released, I think, about a year prior to this. And boy, if you want some anime, you got it in the Tales games. And
Yeah.
we might even eventually cover some of the the spin-offs for that.
That's always what kind of pushed me away from the Tales series. I've tried to get into the Tales series multiple times. Hey, we'll get into this when we talk about the Tales anime.
Sure.
But yeah, it's one of those series I keep trying to get into, and every time the anime of it sort of repels me. Like, I don't hate anime, but I don't know. It's too tropey. We'll talk about it.
It's pretty tropey, but hey, that's what we're here to do, is watch things with insufferable tropes. We will get into it. I want to say a couple more things about the games. Is that, the original Star Ocean and Tales of Fantasia were also released fairly late in the Super Famicom's life, and as such, were notable for having like gigantic memory sizes. These were like, I think, 40 megabit cartridges, or beyond that even. Star Ocean especially, which was released later. Yeah, this was like 1996 or something. And as you might imagine, they were not localized in English, because at least not contemporarily. Because like, if you were going to release a Super Nintendo game in 1996, you were either Nintendo or an idiot. And that just wasn't going to happen with these gigantic RPGs at this point in time. Everybody had pretty much moved on to the 32-bit systems. Hell, even Nintendo was going to release Star Fox 2 in 1996, and they looked at that and go like, only an idiot would do this.
No
let's skip it.
way. Yeah, I think by that point there had already been enough coverage of FF7 in print media to sort of show people, hey, this is what RPGs are doing next. So maybe don't bother if you're doing, something that looked old. And
of course, based on that, also like in a very expensive game, because it was like it was pretty much the only 40 megabit plus Super Famicom game. And so, we're looking at probably what is easily an over $100 game at the time.
Hey, it's called Star Ocean. It's not called Star Lake Amphitheater, Coca-Cola Amphitheater. Come on
Star
down.
Pond.
It's not called Star Pond. Right. It's a lot of stars. You need 40 megabits.
Yes.
That's a lot.
So Tri-Ace got to work on the sequel for the PS1, a much cheaper platform with a lot more support on it at the time. And yes, Star Ocean 2 is a story about the intertwining fates of a guy named Claude C. Kenny and a teenage girl named Reina, and their party pals who they meet along the way in RPG fashion.
That's right.
What I thought was interesting about the game before was that, Star Ocean 1 was sort of about like medieval RPG crew being like sent into space on a space adventure. But the sequel is kind of like about a space adventure guy being lost in like a less technologically developed like medieval RPG planet, basically.
Right. You turn it on its head. I like that. I think that's a good balance.
Yeah. So how about that?
I like it.
Alex, you skipped the first game when it was remade. I'm guessing you don't have much experience with the second one.
No, I got none.
None. All right. It came out in 1999 here, and that was a big year for RPGs, I think, on PS1, because Suikoden 2 came out around the same time.
The Skuden, I was probably knee-deep in Skuden at that point.
Yeah, I had both. I got to say, I stuck with Suikoden, though, because Star Ocean 2 just, it didn't seem all that advanced. It wasn't what I was hoping for, because like I knew about Star Ocean 1. I'd followed it for a while. I knew that, it sounded cool, looked cool. And it hadn't been like fan translated yet or anything. That was a long way away still, but like it was one of those sorts of mild holy grails, I guess, as a like an RPG interested gamer at the time. It's like, boy, if only I could play Star Ocean.
We call that a holy sippy cup.
Right. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
So when the second one was getting translated, I was jumped right on it. And it started off great, I thought, but then it just, I don't know. I think my main problem with it was that it was too hard. And so I bounced off it pretty quickly.
Too hard. Okay.
But they did remake it twice, but the first remake on PSP I also skipped. But this most recent one, SSR, it would be this time.
Wait, you just activated something in my brain. I did buy. Was the second story? Yeah, second story was remade on PSP.
Yeah, they both were.
I did buy that. I own that.
Okay, good. You just never played it?
I bought it when it came out in Japan, and I played it briefly.
Right.
And then I moved, or I broke up with somebody. Something happened to make me take a break from everything for a while, and I never went back to it.
Yeah, but I think the recent remake is pretty good. I'd say if you want to check it out, check that out.
All right.
Looks good. They do the regular sorts of fixes and everything. Just one of the many millions of classic RPG remakes that have been coming out these past few years.
Cool.
I'm just going to say they did a better job than Suikoden. Let's say that.
Yeah. Well, I heard they're rectifying some of those Suikoden problems, that's a step in the right direction.
Well,
I'm not going to buy it again after refunding it, but
go ahead and wrecked away, I say. We'll see about that.
Cool.
But Star Ocean, it's always been a constant. It's kept kicking around these past couple of decades. There's always basically been one new one for every console generation, but it seemed to have been diminishing returns lately. So they came out with the 6th one most recently, and it apparently wasn't selling too great. And maybe Tri-Ace is in trouble. I'm not so sure. They seem to be still around. They have a website and everything, so you can, I guess, work on whatever they're working on next. But it seemed like they really expected the latest 6th game to really do well, and it kind of didn't.
Oh, bother.
And even my wife, who was a big fan of Star Ocean 4 and 5, the ones she had played, immediately bounced off of 6.
Oh no, even Ocean Wife couldn't enjoy it.
Which is pretty ironic because the hero's name is Ray.
That would get me into anything.
Right, yeah. Well,
except Rayman. Is Rayman one word?
Yes, it is.
Oh.
No hyphens, just one word.
All right.
No hyphens, no spaces, yeah. And that brings us on to our anime that we're going to talk about today, Star Ocean EX, which was originally from 2001, which is already weirdly late after the game. 1998 was the game release in Japan, and so it took a few years for this anime to get produced, which is just curious. Just a curious thing, I'd say. It was your standard 26 episodes TV show from April to September 2001, 6 o'clock on Tuesdays on TV Tokyo. We got the promo here for it. Let me cue that up for you.
Oh, cool.
Female Fear Factor liveth on Frasier and the premiere of
Star Ocean EX TV Tokyo
Tuesday.
Yeah, now that hearing that again, I remember seeing those on NBC. Those promos. Yeah, that brings it back to me.
All right, there you go. I don't know if this factors into like the lateness of its release or anything, but it was actually an adaptation of the manga adaptation of the game. So some details are a little bit different in here. Some characters look different, that sort of thing. But that was the manga Star Ocean EX, which became the anime Star Ocean EX. So,
oh boy,
I don't know about that. And well, speaking of late as well, it was dubbed and released on video here by Geneon in 2004.
Yes.
So even later, and that's also why we see Square Enix on the opening credits as opposed to just Enix, because they had already merged.
When I sat down to watch this, that was the very first thing I wrote in my notes was, wait a minute, the anime predates the merger. This must be from a post-merger print. And it turns out, yes, because that's when it was actually dubbed.
And it was later relicensed here by Discotech in 2018.
Probotector.
It's on Blu-ray, if that floats your boat.
It does.
And this was produced by Studio Dean. D-E-E-N.
Dino.
Yeah.
Named for Dean Martin? Oh, D-E. Oh, that means
No, you know like Ween, the band?
Yeah.
It's like that with a D.
Oh, all right. Okay.
Studio Dean is still going strong. Of course, they have millions of credits to their name. They did work on some video game stuff that I'm sure we will cover eventually. I was looking at their credits and I saw Street Fighter. I saw Panzer Dragoon. I think those are definitely in our future.
All right.
They were also the studio that co-worked on, tell me if you remember this, Alex, the Netflix anime Neo Yokio.
No.
That was an anime envisioned by one of the guys from the band Vampire Weekend.
Oh.
Created by Ezra Koenig of American rock band Vampire Weekend. And Jaden Smith was the voice on that.
All right.
That was back when Netflix was really grasping at straws, but...
Yes, I'm glad they've moved beyond that.
Netflix's anime situation a bit better than it was several years ago.
I guess.
The director of Star Ocean EX was Hiroshi Watanabe. Again, 1 million credits. Lots of directing on Slayer's movies, I noticed. I don't know if we
Sure.
have any Slayers fans in the house, but he worked on all those movies.
Show of hands, who likes a Slayer? Who likes Alina in verse?
Yes.
There's one guy in the back.
He was also a director on King of Bandits Jing, which is a favorite anime of mine. That was one of the ones I watched a lot in the early 2000s. It was after Star Oceans. That's all I got. That's
fun.
I don't know if you watched any anime before, but no, wait, I guess you have, because that's the point of the show.
Yes.
All right. Any thoughts before I jump into it?
I don't think so.
Any more thoughts on Star Ocean, the game?
No, absolutely not. The first relevant thing I think I do have to say, though, is about the intro song of each episode and the outro song of each episode. This was from a time when, and maybe this is still common, 90-second intro outro songs. Is that
I think that's still standard.
Is that still standard? Okay, because I am so accustomed to watching more Western TV where sometimes it's just like an ident. It's just like,
right,
here's a 6-second clip from the theme song and then the ident and then right into the episode.
And still has the little bug in the corner, skip intro. Press to skip intro.
Yeah.
Right.
It's funny to me going back to, because again, I'm not really an anime guy. I haven't watched in a very long time, but I do remember, I remember intro and outro songs being very long.
This is not an educated statement, but I think it's still the same.
Okay.
We'll see. It depends on the show, right? I think we're going to watch a very recent anime coming up. So we'll see how that goes. Maybe it won't have a pop song, but the one I'm thinking of probably doesn't have a pop song at the beginning.
All right, let's get right into it.
Yes. So we watched the first 4 episodes of Star Ocean EX. Started with episode 1. Each episode seems to have 2 different names depending on the language source. It's either called Dimensional Transfer or Transport.
I'm going with what you had on the Plex. I think Dimensional Transfer is a better title than just Transport.
I think you can tell which one is the Japanese source and which one's the English localization.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so it is very much based on Star Ocean, the second story of the game. We open on a star field in that Star Ocean-y, Star Trek-y way. We see a big sphere thing hurtling toward a planet, and an impact we're not shown except for a dissolve to white, and on we go.
Very Death Star-looking orb.
Yes, indeed. That transitions to our introduction to Rena, who is running towards something because she says the day has finally arrived. And then we go to Claude Kenny, Claude C. Kenny.
Oh, wait, hang on. Here he is describing where he is.
The immensity of space continues without end.
It's space, it's big, that's where he is.
Yes, he's on his dad's starship. And then here's where the first problem occurs. His dad says, Claude.
Wait a minute, hang on.
What's the reason you're standing there, Claude?
Father?
Okay, yeah, let's talk about
this
Claude.
Is the craziest thing this anime does in my mind. Okay, so here's the deal. The katakana for his name reads as Claude.
Yes.
Right? And so for whatever earthly reason, everybody in this dub pronounces it Claude.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was like a decision from on high. I don't know if the team just was toiling over this and decided to do it like this. But it's Claude. Listen, here's the other thing. I've seen Japanese source material from like the game, like strategy guides and the manual and stuff. Even Tri-Ace, they romanize his name as Crod, like Crawdad.
Oh boy. Yeah.
But you can tell immediately it's Claude. They mean Claude.
Yeah.
Just say Claude.
This feels very much like, and I've seen studios do this in the past. It feels like somebody asked, not even somebody asked. I think maybe the Japanese liaison for Tri-Ace was just attending the recordings maybe and was like,
somebody put their foot down and said, we're doing Claude.
Yes, I think it came from somebody from Tri-Ace listening in on the recordings going,
or the studio or Square or Enix or somebody. Yeah.
Because this sounds like somebody whose job it is to fly to LA and oversee audio recording and audio production, and just to make themselves feel useful, they have to be like, cut. It's actually Claude.
Yeah.
Because his name's Claude, so we got to say Claude. Like, all right. I mean, you're from the company, so I guess we'll say it wrong if we have to.
I mean, I don't think the discussion went that way. I think it was like, "Are you an idiot?" It's Claude. That's how it is in English.
Yeah.
And again, you mentioned Trice a lot, but no, I think they knew because they were romanizing it as Crod, basically. But I'm saying like the original Enix like game stuff, you can see romanizations of it, and it's they write out Crod, but it's like they intend it to be Claude. It's not Claude.
That's the thing. It is Claude in Japanese. That's where the mix-up is coming from.
No, but they romanize it themselves as Crod. CRAWD.
Oh, AWD? Okay, that's a new one on me. I was expecting
That's what I meant. It's like
CRAUDE.
Crawdad. They spell it as like Crawdad.
Okay.
I think if you are reading that romanization, you can pick up the intent. But for some reason in this anime, they go with Claude. And also Rina, there's some argument there. Is it Rina or Reina? I feel like that's not as big of a deal.
What's the katakana?
I think it's Reina.
Okay.
I don't remember offhand.
Yeah, either way, I don't think
less of a big deal.
It's less of a big deal. But I think the Claude thing should be a lesson to anybody, especially in dubbing, that the Japanese pronunciation is not always "quote unquote" correct.
Yes.
You cannot default to what the katakana says, because then you get shit like Claude.
Yes.
Instead of Claude.
You really have to use your better judgment. It's like, katakana could help you. It's not definitive.
I know it's very tempting to point to a Japanese source and say, see, that's how you say it, but you cannot do that. Again, like you said, you have to learn how to use your better judgment.
I mean, I do, you know what? I sympathize in some respects, because back before FF7 came out, there were magazines that were writing out Claude.
Claude and his adventures with Bullet.
Yeah, because Claude is a stupid name for a person. So you just jump to Claude because that is a natural, normal name for somebody.
Claude, is that a stupid name?
And so it's the same conclusion here. It's Claude. Anyway.
It's very obviously Claude. Supposed to be Claude.
Anyway, where were we? I'll
tell you where we were. We were on the bridge of this ship, which is, this is an Evangelion-ass bridge. This looks like it's taken right from Tokyo 3. It looks like Gendo Ikari should be standing there with tented fingers telling his son to get fucked.
I mean, let's be real. There's really nothing original going on in the space exploration parts of Star Ocean. It is like...
No.
Just plucking all they can from everything around them.
Yeah.
But that's why we love anime, right?
We love it. We crave it. Sushi.
Anyway, Claude brought his dad some data or something, and then, a little pause, and Claude is narrating for us that this is his father, Ronix. And 20 years ago, he assembled some miscreants to fight against the planet Rizonia.
I assume this are the events of the first Star Ocean?
It is. We see a shot of a JRPG party, and if you didn't know this already, Ronix was in Star Ocean 1, and Claude is his son. Funny enough, though, Ronix wasn't the main protagonist, but he did, apparently, this story lead them to victory. So I think maybe he was taking some credit there.
Was he driving?
I do like that part where Claude calls them a group of outcasts, scoundrels, and miscreants. Like, geez, dude, you wouldn't be in this franchise if it weren't for them.
Wow. Have a little respect for your founding fathers.
Or your dad have a little respect. I mean, good Lord.
Yeah.
Another side note, there is actually a long line of Kennys in Star Ocean games. There's Ronix Kenny, Claude C. Kenny. There's other Kennys. Okay. They're all basically space explorers and like Captain
Kenny
types.
Rogers roasters. Yeah.
Yeah. And Star Ocean 4, I think, is like set before all these. So it's like, one of the original Kennys. So, yeah. Oh, another thing is that Claude says Rizonia, but I believe the name was canonized as Lazonia. So, the lesbian planet.
It's awfully close to lasagna, which I approve of.
As Claude is introducing us to his dad, he said he was promoted. I just thought it was a funny line. He was promoted to Commodore at the youthful age of 38.
A youthful 38 years old.
Yeah. Yes, it's very youthful. Well, it is now, looking back.
Oh, boy.
Oh, to be 38 again.
Oh.
So, he's just narrating this as he stares at his dad like he's writing his autobiography in his head. Like, I respect my father more than anything. And at the end of him describing his relationship to his dad, he's like, however, I am who I am. It's like, thanks, Popeye.
Excellent. Claude C. Popeye.
Anyway, their mission is to head to this planet to investigate an energy source that's been causing trouble around the planet. Then the ship slows down from speeding up, but it slows to impulse speed, let's say.
Sure. Falls out of warp.
But then it ends up in an asteroid field that they didn't expect. And they're about to hit a big old asteroid, and the crew is freaking out.
I actually have a clip of that right here.
We have a malfunction in the navigation device. 500 seconds to device recovery.
Commodore, an obstacle dead ahead. It's a large asteroid. We're on a collision course.
So wacky it is.
Very good. Yeah, so Dad, though, is staying calm. He says, ready the positron cannon, reroute all power. That includes disabling the shields. And now everyone's really freaked out because the asteroids
a very dicey move, Captain.
The asteroids are banging against them. It's not a happy scene at all. But the cannon is charging up. Claude's freaking out. It finally fires just as they get dangerously close to the asteroid. Claude yells, screams for his life, and we fade to white. And then we go back to Rena. And she's waiting for the warrior to arrive or something. This is part of her introductory running around thing that we saw. We come back to the Kennys and the spaceship, which has crash landed on somewhere. Maybe the planet they were meant to? I don't know. Nothing was shown, but they've landed somewhere. And so Dad asked Claude if he thought it was dumb to lower the shields. But he's like, no, sir. And Dad's like, you felt fear, didn't you? Perhaps you're not yet ready to face the perils of outer space. And it's like, well, hey, man, everybody on the ship was freaking out. And you didn't really explain yourself that well. So, I mean, I don't know. Don't you think you have some reflecting to do, Dad?
Dad?
Like, why did you pick this moment to grill him? To test his manliness or whatever?
Perhaps you're not yet ready to face the perils of outer space.
What if I had a weapon?
Claude, you should have this weapon.
That's your gun.
Great.
My father's phase gun, he goes.
Phaser. I love Phaser because it reminds me of the Sega Master System light gun. Wasn't that called Phaser?
Oh, yeah, the light phaser.
Yeah, light phaser. I love it. I love Phaser. Love to phase stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, they can't say phaser like Star Trek. They have to say phase gun.
Right, it's a phase gun. Yeah. Right, they can't say space. They have to call it the Inky Void.
But where they land, they find this huge sphere moon thing, which is pretty much what we saw at the beginning of the show.
Right.
It's crashed and broken. There's no life signs. There's nothing inside, really. But they explore inside. They see a bunch of wreckage. Claude spots this big coffin-looking thing, and then he's warned not to touch it. But he decides to be a man right there and then or something. And he disobeys his dad, yelling at him not to touch it. And so he touches it.
I have that clip.
I can analyze a measly device like this myself.
Claude, stop it!
It's great because, yeah, like you said, he kind of gets, he's like, yeah, you know what? Fuck you, Dad. I can do it myself. Yeah. Uh-oh. Oh, I sure can. I got warped.
Dad's line is also what I want to say to the anime team here, but more with like a semicolon or something like
Claude. Stop it.
Yeah, a question mark.
Guys.
Oh, stop it.
Claude, stop it!
I just realized right now there's something about the name Kenny that is very Canadian to me, and I think that's largely because of A, Kenny versus Spenny, and B, wrestling sensation Kenny Omega, who is from Winnipeg.
Right.
And it fits that this guy, I'm pretty sure this is classic Vancouver voice talent.
I wouldn't doubt it.
And he does a fine job, you know?
Sure.
It's good. There's something comforting about that in anime that I do enjoy.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Canada, they did good work. They snapped up anime. They knew what they were doing.
Yeah. I like to pretend it's what the kids from You Can't Do That on Television went on to do.
Okay.
Thanks.
If that makes you feel better about
it really
You Can't
does.
Do That on Television.
It does.
So Claude touches it, it lights up, and then it like eats him up with light and transports Claude to another white screen and commercial break.
Oh, we should drop some commercials in here from 2001 Japanese TV. I'll be right back.
ナビがついててパパも道に迷わないバックビューモニターで車庫入れ苦手のママも安心だからセレナに決めました今だけのセレナリミテッドエディションなんと219万8000円キャンペーンやってますお近くの日産へ
We go now to Rena, who is learning about the legendary warrior from the old wise man at the church, temple, wherever.
Now, I took a clip of this as well, and I labeled it Exposition Chan.
Yeah.
To cleanse this land of evil with his sword of light.
By evil, do you mean the recent abominable incidents that have been spreading throughout our entire civilization?
The meteor that struck our planet, the numerous natural disasters that followed, and the demonic beasts that began appearing shortly after. Are you saying that this warrior will rescue us from this plague of evil, which threatens to consume our planet?
Is that what you meant by evil? When you said evil, is that what you meant?
No, I meant my McDonald's order. They messed it up.
Oh.
I got a Big Mac, but I wanted a quarter pounder.
Yeah, Big Mac's too much bread, right?
Exposition Chan, thank you so much. You'll return in the show, I'm sure. Yeah, it's like an almost 2-minute break just to get up to speed with what's going on wherever she is.
It really feels, and I'm sure this is by design, but it really feels like they are trying to cram in, and this is one of the pitfalls of turning any RPG into an anime series. You don't
Especially
have
an anime series at 22 minutes per episode.
Yeah,
or whatever.
You don't have the leisure of exposition, of NPCs, of townspeople telling you about things, of just the king talking as long as you want because it's a video game.
Yeah.
You've got to cram all of that exposition into that allotted time, and so you get. And to the series' credit, it's the first couple episodes that feel that way, and I by the third or fourth episode, it did start to feel like they had kind of found a rhythm where, all right, they don't need to cram as much in there. They're still glossing over a lot of things that a game would take the time to flesh out, but it feels like it's moving now.
Yeah, it's like, oh, the game is going now.
Yeah,
we beat the first boss. Now we're on to some real shit.
Yeah,
yeah, I felt that as well. But as Rena's talking to the elder here, she's just enamored with the idea of this warrior arriving to save them, essentially. And wouldn't you know it, Claude's here. He's actually over in some forest. That's where he landed or woke up or whatever. This is a new scene now. Rena's not far away, though. She's playing with a rabbit or something in the grass. But then a big demon emerges. Monster, demon, whatever word you want to say.
Yeah, it
emerges from the stream.
It's some kind of ape with fangs and red eyes.
Yeah.
But it sneaks up on her from the river? Like it swam over to where she was and then leapt
It was
out.
just hiding in the stream.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure it was a river. It was more like a creek.
It was, I don't know how that thing could fit in there.
Yeah. Cut to Claude, who can't reach the crew. He's still trying to phone home and all that.
I did get a good chuckle out of his flip phone.
Yep.
Hey, it was 2001. It was the style at the time.
He has his tricorder out. He's saying where in the world am I? It's more like we're in the universe, bub. Hey, am I right?
You are right.
Thank you. That little rabbit comes over to join him. He still doesn't know what's going on. He's just oh, little rabbit. He goes and gets a drink from the stream. I don't know why you would immediately try the water on a strange world. You don't know where you are. You could be anywhere in the universe.
I mean, I guess.
Why are you trying the water?
If it were me, if I could breathe the atmosphere, I'd probably be okay, maybe the water's safe too. I'd try a little bit of it.
Maybe.
I don't know.
But then what? Then your guts twist in on themselves and you're terrible the whole rest of the month.
Then that's my fate.
Okay, fine.
Hi, I do have a question about her running to find Claude. How did she know that he was arriving today? Does the prophecy specify April 3rd, 2001? How, what was, she was very specific about today's the day and this is the place. How does she know this?
It's just creative liberties. It's the coincidence.
All right.
That's why she gets so happy later on.
Okay.
He loves the water. He looks at the water pensively, and then he just stops and asks himself, I wonder if my father is upset at me. I'm like, now's not the time.
Yeah, now's the time to be figuring out how to get back.
Oh, I hope Daddy's not mad. Nah, let's try and get our bearings here. Anyway.
Yeah, he says
back
that
to Rena
with the calmness of somebody who went to the supermarket and is idly wondering, I hope Dad's not angry at me. Instead of a guy who is on a foreign planet.
No idea where you went.
Claude.
And you're still worried about Dad. Good God. I'm just going to say it. He has daddy issues.
He does.
All right. So back to Rena. She's hiding from this beast. She thought she got away, but then she sneezes and that provokes it again. She screams. She's finally heard by Claude, who comes over and bashes it. He yells at Rena to leave. She says no. They run. The monster swipes at Claude. Claude remembers once again his dad belittling him for a moment. And then he goes ahead and pulls out his gun, his phase gun on the beast, and it still doesn't work yet. He gets swiped at again, but then he's reunited with the gun quickly, and he shoots the sky or whatever. We don't really see anything.
Yeah.
It's just like a cutaway to a flash of light, and then the gun fires a humongous beam at this beast.
I describe this as a spirit bomb. He spirit bombed a gorilla.
Yeah. I didn't know that was in that tiny gun, but
Yeah.
there you go. It's vaporized, I guess. And then Rena is all impressed. She's smitten, of course, and they finally meet.
Hello. I'm Claude C. Kenny.
She gives him one of her daisies and welcomes the great warrior to her world. And so that's the end of the first episode. The adventure begins or whatever.
It does. Now, I want to say, like most anime, this does one of my favorite things, which I do find funnier in English, which is, at the end of the episode, they have a little preview for the next episode. One of my favorite anime dub traditions is characters saying their name and then reacting to something just out of nowhere.
I'm Claude C. Kenny. What? Are you crazy?
Great. Fantastic. It makes me laugh every time because just isolated, it makes me laugh.
Those are always the parts of anime that are like the least translated.
Yeah.
Like, it's just the tag at the end of the show because you already bought the VHS with all the episodes on it.
Yeah.
So you're just going to watch the next one. But here's the thing at the end of the show, which they have to have for completeness' sake, where it's just the characters, having that, that radio commercial dialogue.
Yeah. It's
just very, very like, basically translated because it doesn't matter that much. And so, yeah, it's just like, you get that.
All you would have to do to make that not sound like it's being delivered by a space alien is delete the first line where they introduce themselves. Like, we know who you are. We just watched the episode. If you led right into a summary of the upcoming episode, it would seem very natural and very normal.
Yeah.
Instead, it just feels like, I'm Fred Flintstone. What's that, Barn?
Dude, I would love a Flintstones version of the next episode preview. Oh my God.
I would just love a Flintstones anime. All right, let's go back and do that for existing cartoon series.
Oh my God. I'm Fred. What? Jane Roxfield's coming to Red Rock. Flintstone no Kazoku.
Real quick note about the previous episode. There was another nugget from the end summary of episode 2 there.
There's no way that I possess enough power to save this planet from the sorcery globe.
Just a great normal thing to say.
Loaded. Very loaded.
A collection of words that belong together.
It's like you need to wait a couple more episodes before we even understand you.
Yeah.
All right. Episode 2 of Star Ocean EX. We open on Claude and Rena heading back to the town of Arlia, where Rena lives. She is still like completely smitten with him, calling him the warrior and everything. She's so glad the warrior's here. He's like, kind of a good line read here. He goes like, "Can you cool it with the warrior comments? It's freaking me out." And I don't know, that certain delivery of the line just reminded me of something like, it's like Smiling Friends cadence. I don't know if you've watched Smiling Friends, but that cartoon.
I have not. That's on my list of things to watch.
Yeah, it's very good. Someone will understand me. They're ready to head into town, but then there's an earthquake or something. Actually, they find out there's earthquakes every day, says a villager. Bad omen, if you ask me.
Oh, wait, hang on. I got that.
I pray this isn't some sort of omen to an upcoming disaster.
Great.
Oh, boy.
What a normal thing to say.
Then this white-haired Bishonen guy, Alan, comes in on horseback.
Okay, sorry. I have written in my notes, just all caps, Alan, because it's not a name for a fantasy guy. Was it supposed to be RN? Because I could see RN being the name of that kind of character.
No, dude.
Alan is a guy who works at a Lowe's. He's not an Alan. He's, like you said, he's a white-haired Bichot. What?
I invite you to look at the character lists for all of the Star Ocean games and see what's going on. Remember I just told you?
Is this just a lot of...
The guy in the new one's named Raymond.
All right, I guess.
Okay. This is very normal for Star Ocean.
I suppose.
I mean, not to mention, the hero's name is Claude Kenny.
Claude.
Okay.
All right.
Claude Kenny. It's like saying his name is Jim David.
The creator of Gartfeld?
Yes.
All right.
Anyway, Alan is apparently in love with Rena, but he's kind of acting funny. He's wearing this red cape, which a lady says is in poor taste. And it's like, oh, okay. What? What does that mean?
Because people
Why
are
do we
dying.
care about the cape?
I guess it signifies blood because you said so. Like,
sure, okay.
How does she feel about Santa Claus? I don't get it.
Right. But anyway, Rena and Claude are now in the center of town, and everybody's gathered around and talking to him. Rena says he's the warrior, and everybody's teasing her about him being her boyfriend and all this stuff. And she can't take it, and so she takes Claude by the hand and runs off. And you're like, oh, wait, by the hand? They both stop. It's like, oh, scandalous.
That's couples behavior.
Whoa, exactly. Hold on.
You can't hold a hand unless you're serious, unless you're taking it to the next level.
We're a nice and proper, obviously Japanese-centric science fiction planet here.
This is a Christian anime
going on. Yeah, exactly.
Now, I did get a clip here that I just labeled exposition chans of Rena's friends talking about their relationship.
Oh, yes.
Alan and Rena have known each other since they were little children. He's the son of the mayor from a nearby town.
He's very handsome, he's wealthy, and he's hopelessly madly in love with Rena.
But Rena has absolutely no interest in him at all.
Rena, how can you be so cruel?
Outstanding. Because again, you got to fit in RPG storytelling in such a small amount of dialogue. You need every one of these series needs exposition chans. They serve a very important function.
Exactly. Rena runs off into the church or whatever and goes to get the town elder. Or no, runs off somewhere else to get the elder, not in there. Claude's next to the church, and then he heads in. It's got the church portraits, the stained glass portraits of the great warrior. He looks at it a little bit. He smiles. He's like, oh, I see what's going on here. Rena comes back to invite him over for dinner at her house. Cut to after dinner suddenly, and Claude is lying on the bed with loopy eyes, and they're talking a little bit, and suddenly she blushes, and she has like a moment, says, I've been waiting for you. And then, stops herself because she's being a little bit too forward.
Damn, Rena.
But then it starts raining now. And if you didn't know that, I think they say so.
Now, hang on. Is it before or after this? I have something in my notes here, but I didn't give it any more description than this. I just wrote anime dolly zoom. There's a scene, I think it's where...
Do you have a timestamp?
No, I think it's where, like, right after Claude wakes up.
Timestamp him.
Where I'm new at this. It's episode 3. What do you want? They do like an anime dolly zoom, which I've never seen outside of, using an actual camera, where it looks like they're zooming in on Claude in bed as they're at the same time zooming out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
And I don't know.
Well, this was, again, another like early digital production. So
okay.
They probably tried things like that.
All right. Yeah. I buy it.
We'll see some of the less impressive parts of this. I think I'll talk about it in my final thought.
Okay.
Anyway, we then cut to like the lair, the mansion of the white-haired evil guy, Alan, who wants Rena.
Alan!
Sorry. This creepazoid is apparently controlled by a weird pink crystal, I guess. He's just sneering or whatever for a couple seconds. And then suddenly we go back to a Claude dream sequence where it's his dad in a vision telling him he sucks or whatever. I mentioned digital animation, and in the grand tradition of early digital anime, this whole sequence is just like an amazing color-keyed showcase where everything except like the bed sheets has like this looping red CG effect, like a lava effect or whatever. That I think it's supposed to be flames, maybe.
Oh, is that what that was supposed to be?
It's just this evil red pattern, CG pattern that's looping and going around, like. Over all the transparent parts of the characters in the scene. I thought that was really funny. And so it's like, we got this computer, we're going to use it. But Claude's dad is dismissing him in this dream, and Claude wakes up in a cold sweat. He can't help it. He's got these daddy issues. They're just torturing him every night, I guess.
Perhaps you're not yet ready to face the perils of outer space.
Maybe not. But then a black figure jumps up and attacks Claude, it looks like. But no, it's not sleep paralysis. It's the town elder.
Yeah, okay. Why? Just why? Why does the town elder come in and attack? You can't explain this, but I'm listening.
No, I can't. But they sit him down. They wrestle him to the ground or whatever. He apologizes. He explains that he was skeptical at first, but he says now that he believes Rena, that he's the warrior. Claude, disarms the elder, and then maybe there's a few minutes of that we're not seeing, where it's like everybody's calm now and we're talking. So now the elder says, "You know what? Actually, I believe you now." But yeah, again, why?
Was there a scene in the game where the elder is like, "Claude, I have to challenge you to one-on-one combat to see if you're the hero," and that just gets truncated to, "I'll sneak into his room at night when he's sleeping and then attack him." Like, what the fuck?
You might be right. I'm foggy on it. I'm just here to watch the anime. But yeah, as it stands here in the anime, no idea why I did that.
I did look up, by the way, this is where they introduced the concept of the sorcery globe. And
yes,
I looked it up, and sure enough, of course, as you could guess, it is just Sosari Gurobu in Japanese. It's, yeah.
You didn't want to change it to sorcery sphere, I mean, that's alliteration. It sounds nicer.
Yeah.
Oh, well. But yes, he is aware that Claude appeared in the exact manner as prophesized, and he begs Claude to protect everyone from the sorcery globe. The globe is what's causing all the problems. It was like a meteor that made a crater inside the crater with something, but inside it is the sorcery globe.
Yes.
Claude is still trying to tell him he's not the guy they think he is. They're impressed by his weapon, but he's like, "My pistol? It's a weapon that emits light, but it's no magical sword." He's getting a little incensed. He's like, "It wasn't my decision. I want to go home." And of course, that makes Rena cry.
Aww.
How dare he? You jerk. But the elder understands. He says, "You know what? You should go to the nearby mining town because this is a JRPG and we have one of those."
Yes.
And then he gives Claude a sword delivered immediately by a random woman. I guess it's Rena's mom, but we don't know that
I
yet.
think that's Rena's mom. Yes, Rena's adopted mom.
Yeah. But she just appears either way, just like
just
from the shadows.
Suddenly mom.
To deliver this sword, but like this sword looks all beat up, and weren't they just saying that like his gun is more impressive or whatever? Like, what difference does it make to have a sword?
I don't know.
Other than,
hey, look, yeah,
we have to have a JRPG.
You did just appear to save our village with your sword of light, and you got to hit the road, but take our crappy sword along with you just in case. Like, all right. Now, hang on. Something that I did notice here.
Maybe you can sell it for some rupees.
One of the first notes I have in here of the show as a whole is that the animation is minimal.
Yeah.
Like, even by 2001 standards, I don't think this had a very high budget at all.
There is not a lot of animation in this, generally.
Yeah, one of the things that kind of made me laugh was they're still doing exposition while the flashback footage is playing. Like, they're playing when Claude is talking about getting there and him being found by Rena, all that footage is playing while the elder is just telling him new information.
Yeah, yeah.
That doesn't really have anything to do with that. Just because it saves a couple of bucks.
We got no time. We got to say something.
Yeah, I think the episode caps off with, I just wrote here, vibrating horse footage to create the illusion of a moving horse, which that's pretty good. That's something you see in like TV commercials or even web commercials.
Claude gets the sword. That's where I was leaving off. And then we fade out of that scene to one that starts with like pretty much the Final Fantasy theme.
Oh, yeah.
It starts with some music. It goes do-do-do-do-do-do.
Yeah, you're right. It's the arpeggio, the Final Fantasy crystal theme.
Yeah. Claude is standing determinatively outside the church. I know I didn't pronounce that right. I don't care to. He's holding the sword. Rena's narrating, I guess reading a letter. This, maybe a Dear John letter saying she was a fool to believe this, but goodbye and good luck. A Dear John letter of sorts. No, not the exact kind, but anyway. Claude just pieces out, and we go back to the village. For some reason, all of a sudden, a pink-haired girl is running through town. Claude just happens to be there to trip her because, maybe something's going on. But there's some guys after her. They jump him. He beats them down. The girl, apparently cool with being tripped, just says thanks to Claude and says that she is Yuki. And she runs the jam store. Yeah, this seemed like another instance of, this was probably a character in the game who had enough time to get an introduction and a backstory, and instead it's just, hey, we know each other now, see ya. Yeah, he then goes to sit down at the jam store for a cup of tea or whatever. He tells her his story, his spaceship and all that. She says it sounds a lot like heraldic magic. To her, it sounds like he's like some practitioner of heraldic magic. He's like, no, I don't think so. But during this conversation, there's like this weird non sequitur moment where he starts to re-explain the spaceship with like a funny face and then stops himself.
I took that.
Did you remember this? It was.
I do. Yeah.
He was like, it's like a great big. Never mind.
I took it to be like, Marty McFly can't tell everybody in 1950s Hill Valley that he's from the future, so he's just got to make something up like, I'm from France. Well, I don't remember what the fuck. That's how they lampshade. That's how they explain Data. When they go back to like fucking old San Francisco in Star Trek, it's like, oh, he's French, like, because they can't say like, oh, he's a robot from the future. I think Claude is just like, look, if I tell her about space ships or even space travel, it's gonna blow her tiny mind. So I just got to make a funny face.
I think Claude remembered that too late.
Yes. Well, yeah, I think that's the gag is he's realizing mid-thought, I can't leak the secrets of space travel.
I just felt like in that moment as his progression, it didn't seem like it fit either way. I don't know. It's not communicated.
Oh yeah. It's the same kind of awkward that Yangus's core Blimey was in DQ8, where it's like, I know that you're really trying to localize this, but you haven't. I know that this is a phrase in Japanese. I don't know what it is. And I know you're trying to make it his catchphrase like it was in the Japanese version. And it fits. It fits like 7 out of the 10 times that he does it. But for the other 3, it's just left hanging there. Like, what are you doing? This doesn't fit.
Shout out to Dragon Quest VIII.
Hori's back, baby.
I just think maybe if there was another moment of narration exposition where Claude was saying, oh, I can't talk about the spaceship too much, then did his funny face.
We'll never know.
Yuki goes on, says that the mayor's son, Alan, brought in those vagabonds who were after her. She says how weird he's been acting, and she feels sorry for Rena. Then another sudden cut to a sequence of shots that, like you were saying, is basically not animated at all. Claude, now that he knows about Alan, he is running after a carriage, but running is a charitable term because we are cutting back and forth between the two, him and the carriage, and it's basically just zooms and shaking still shots.
Yeah, a lot of
Claude rushing to Alan.
A lot of vibrating horse footage, as I said.
There is no legs actually moving.
No.
It's all implied that he is dashing towards this thing.
It's incredible.
We then get like a late narrative thing. Yuki from the past is in the audio now saying that Alan says he was getting married to Rena today. So that's what this is all about.
Yeah, but I didn't get this. So like, Claude hears Rena's getting married to Alan, but also Alan's been acting strange lately. And he freaks the fuck out and starts running back towards the village.
That's all you need.
That seems like a bit of an overreaction. Like, acting strange is all you know.
Yes.
I didn't get it.
This is incredible. Claude is also like screaming, I'm no warrior, but Rena. He catches up to the carriage. Alan is, he's already captured Rena. He's holding Rena hostage or whatever. Claude tries to stop the carriage, I guess just by holding his hands out. Alan's not stopping. Claude draws the gun, but then, he chickens out. He dives out of the way because Alan's going to marry this girl, damn it. The dust clears. Claude notices that Rena dropped her hair brooch thingy, so he picks it up. And when he picks it up, it's like 5 times bigger in his hand.
Yeah, it got huge.
Animation note there.
Yeah.
Then he does the basic Japanese thing of Rena. Cut to Alan's house and a shot of the evil crystal, and then we're off to episode 3.
Yes!
So, episode 3, it's all about Alan. That's not the episode title, but it should be. We open on Rena sitting on a rose-shaped chair or something, a throne perhaps, and Alan appears and he says they're getting married. The very wedding I was dreaming about since we were young children. By the way, no idea how old this guy is yet, but has to be at least a few years older, right?
Yeah. He looks like he's anywhere from 16 to 29.
Right. Well, in the game, not only does Alan look totally different.
Oh.
He has dark short hair instead of like this failed clone of Sephiroth hair.
Oh, yeah.
But he is apparently the same age as Rena.
Oh. 14?
So this kid is possessed by an evil crystal, and he also has his own house. So cool.
Well, he's the son of the mayor. He gets as many houses as he wants.
Oh, yeah, true. Yeah, you got me there, I guess. Darn it. We cut to Claude, who finally made it to Alan's mansion and tries to bust in, but he can't. Our new friend Yuki appears and says the lock on the back is broken, so just run over there and go in. Okay, great. That's a nice little JRPG moment, I feel like.
Yeah, how did Yuki get there?
She's just sneaky.
All right.
Yep.
Cool.
Thank you.
Sure.
Any more questions? Any more questions about Yuki?
Oh, about Yuki? No.
No, okay. Back to Rina and Alan, where Rina is wondering what the hell happened to him. Like, why is he acting so creepy? He says he's been reborn, his power, rather, and he's been reborn, and he says, thanks to this, my power, thanks to this, and a pregnant dead pause as we wait 4 seconds for the crystal to appear. I don't know what. A little bit of a direction stumble there.
And I believe he's then surrounded by what I wrote looked like edgy, happy cultists from Earthbound.
Yeah. Well, the thing I noticed was that he makes some evil noises after this, showing this crystal off, and I think it's his J.O. crystal.
Oh, no!
Yeah. Alan starts leaning in creepily toward Rina, but Claude and Yuki finally bust in. Alan then summons some black ghosts, like you said, and then they encircle our heroes and keep them at bay because they are, scary. Alan looks at Rina, but she's all sad. And he's like, why? You're supposed to be in love with me. And apparently her telling him to stop is enough to make him even more crazy. And in fact, so much so that he turns all beastly. Now he's a beast.
Yes.
And then we have our first boss fight, really. I feel like the beast of the couple episodes ago was more of a mini boss. This is our first real boss fight here with Alan. Stuff happens, but there's a weird exchange here as Claude rescues Rina. She says, thank you very much for saving me. Then he says, run away. Then she immediately says, but I can help you. It's just like very fast. Like, thank you very much for saving me. Run away, but I can help you. There's no time for hesitation. Just weird, awkward delivery. I know they had to shove it in there, but
yeah, it's anime. What are you going to do?
It was funny, is what I mean. Yuki takes Rina, though, and then they all try to escape, but boss monster Alan just gets in front of them. Claude draws his gun, and Rina's like, you mustn't kill Alan. And Claude's like, shit, she's right. And he gets himself swiped out again. So Claude's now on the ground.
This is just an anime thing. It's awkward in any language. Demon Alan strikes Claude down and presumably just stands there tapping his toe while Rina heals him.
Yes.
To the point where they forget that he's there.
Yeah.
And then Rina heals him. I have a clip right here.
Oh, thank goodness.
It's him. Where did he come from? He's been fucking standing there the whole time. What do you mean it's him?
Alex, there's a moment right before that I want to point out that I thought was great.
Oh, okay.
When Claude first lands on the ground and he just looks a bit scuffed up, but somehow Yuki takes one glance at him and says, that wound's fatal.
She doesn't just deal in jam, she's a doctor.
Yeah, we have to know the wound is fatal so that Rina rushes over and heals him with her powers, right?
And then once she is healed, we know that everything's okay.
It's okay. There's no longer any danger.
Great.
It's like he's speaking to the little kids watching this on Tuesday night.
Don't worry, kids. Everything will be okay.
Yeah.
Don't forget to buy Glico.
Gran sponsor.
この番組は何でも貸しますの近藤三幸株式会社とご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。
何でも貸します近藤三幸ゲストも祭りもイベントも
Claude's back on his feet either way, and he has to figure out how to kill Alan without killing him. Rina spots the evil stone finally and tells Claude that's the weak point. Claude draws his gun, but it was damaged when he was swiped at, so
it's out of gun juice.
One episode later, he grabs the sword that he had, and so now we have our turn-based battle. Rina yells at Alan to stop again. Alan is then distracted or disarmed just from hearing that as the Alan within him says, it hurts. And that's Claude's chance to leap in and whack the stone. It breaks with one hit, and sure enough, Alan falls Claude immediately knows, yes, like you said, there's no more danger.
It's okay. There's no longer any danger.
All right, good. Normal Alan is wondering what's going on as the stone just dissolves away. Alan explains himself. He says he found it in the Salva mine and how it took hold of all the darkness within him.
It doesn't quite get you high, but almost.
It does take hold of all the darkness within you, so might be worth it.
That's true, I guess.
Claude notices an energy. Actually, you know what? That is like a drug analog, isn't it?
What?
Not just the fact that it's called the Salva mine, but the fact that it's like he was possessed by an evil crystal. Perhaps a crack rock?
Yeah, he was in the throes of the drug. Okay, yeah, he's doing sorcery globe.
Yeah. Claude then notices an energy source on his tricorder thing.
Tri-ace quarter.
Tri-acer.
Thank you.
And then commercial break.
Welcome to Kansas!
カンサス来日公演決定20年ぶりのオリジナルメンバーによる完全復活アメリカンプログレハードの U カンサス21世紀への永遠の序曲が今始まるチケットはお早めに
Back from commercial, everybody's back home. The elders all like, that man. He's all impressed by
Claude Székely?
Yeah. He just goes, that man. Love those plumbers. Back in his room, Claude looks at the tricorder some more, and he realizes the energy that was at Alan's place was the same that was coming from that dome that the crew encountered back in episode 1.
Oh, the furniture dome?
It did have some furniture that fucked Claude up, yeah.
Yeah, coffins are a kind of furniture.
Yeah, I'd say so.
All right.
They are before they go in the ground.
Right?
Yeah.
Comfy, roomy.
So there's another meeting with the elder, and we get some more exposition by Yuki. She says that the stone has some connection to the sorcery globe.
This sorcery globe, where can I find it?
Yep.
It's all he can think about.
It is his ticket back home, after all.
Yeah.
Probably. So yeah, Alan heads back home. Claude and the elder do a walk and talk. The elder knows about Rena's power, which is unique to her. He says that Rena's mom isn't actually her mom.
What?
But she found baby Rena in a forest long ago and thought she was a divine being. The elder says that Rena is all alone in this world and needs your help, he says to Claude. And Claude gives some straight-face acceptance. He's just going to deal with it. He thinks about this on the bridge. It's nighttime, of course, but Rena suddenly comes up to him. She talks about her power and apologizes for assuming that he was the legendary warrior. But she has a solution to all of this. Take me with you. She says, lovely line here.
I want you to take me with you. When you depart on your journey, I must come.
And Claude just goes, like, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Claude turns down perky anime girl who wants to accompany him. And then as he does his anime protagonist walk into the foreground, ponders.
That was the proper decision, wasn't it?
Girl.
I mean, he just gets to play act the legendary warrior, so why not, right?
Yeah. Who does he think he is?
Morning comes. Claude is ready to head out. We're still actually in the part of the story where Claude is just going to peace out on his own. You know,
right.
We were still at that part. For all we know, this whole episode, like we still were under the assumption that Claude was actually just going to leave without Rena. He's greeted by Rena as he heads out, and Claude says, it's going to be a hard journey. But then he says, you still want to come? Hell yeah, bro. And then Alan shows up to give him a ride, and off they go towards
yeah.
episode 4.
I laughed out loud at Alan rolling up going, need a lift?
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty good.
I'm cured, you know.
I got over my monsterism.
Yeah. I'm all better.
Oh.
Let's get you crazy kids to the next town. So yes, episode 4 is the Cross Kingdom. Heart of our continent, Rena says. They head immediately to the king, who's all too ready to meet them. Well, he knows the elder back in the village, so whatever.
Yeah, they're friends, you know.
As they're talking, he says...
You are Claude, is that correct?
No! It's not! It's Claude!
You are Roy, is that correct?
Says here you're Claude Strife and your friend Bullet.
He also asks about someone very dear to us.
And how is Regis these days?
Not great.
Got some bad news, Your Majesty.
Bad news about Regis.
Oh, boy. Ooh-ha. Ooh. Well, they have that meeting. Then we move on to Claude and Rena at a cafe talking about the upcoming journey to the L continent. They need a pass to enter a foreign land, and Claude is like, I never heard of that. What do you mean, a pass?
I honestly didn't know a pass would be necessary to journey into a foreign land.
Really?
Now more than ever.
Oh, topical.
But animation-wise, during this conversation, there is then this close-up shot of Claude resting his hands, thanking Rena for her help or whatever, and his face looks so baby-like, and it's so completely jarring and out of the style of the rest of the show. He looks like
this.
A cutie little baby holding his hands going, oh, thank you, Rena.
I had a note here that I said I really kind of enjoyed. There were a lot of great anime faces in this episode, but that's not one of them. No. There's two instances later that we'll cover, but yeah.
He looks like Rena's interpretation of Claude. Just this cute little guy. It's just an amazing shot. All of a sudden, there's commotion in the town square, and then a lady with boobs is bickering at some unsavory guys.
Yeah.
We got to see what this is all about. Rena steps in, demanding that they apologize to the boob lady. This purple-haired lady looks at Claude and goes like, you're my new bodyguard. Let's go.
Yeah.
The guy grabs the lady, and she's like, oh, no, you're asking for it. And so she does a Sailor Moon transformation sequence to summon a fire spell, and it just roasts them all.
Yeah.
And the crowd loves it.
Yeah, this is Heraldic Magic, which is also apparently a mid-90s production company ident.
Yes.
It's the same level of 3D animation and just shapes that we know how to do, so here it is.
Yeah, that was pretty good. This is Celine Jules. A real character from Star Ocean 2.
If you didn't know this was a JRPG/anime character, her name is Celine Jules.
Yes. Well, if you didn't know she was a Star Ocean character, boy, oh boy. She drags Claude away, and Rena has her jealous anime girl moment. I don't know why they're both so ready to let Celine lead them along, but anyway, they're going on to the Cave of Cross.
Yep.
Celine says that on the way, she says that her fire spell was part of heraldic magic, yes, and which explains that CG animation of the Springfield mystery spot that played.
Are you telling me you've never heard of heraldic magic?
Heraldic magic?
Let me explain it.
Well, it's hard to say, my friend. Once you go in, you may never come out.
Wow! One, please.
There you go. She offers to show Claude in another nonsense, forced, awkward moment. I thought she just reaches down slightly and Claude freaks out, but nothing really happens.
Oh, I missed that.
But Rena gets upset at this again, and I don't know. It's like it wasn't like she was reaching down to his crotch or anything, and it wasn't like he was positioned to see anything as she bent down. I don't know.
Hang on. What is Rena's deal? Is she not getting married to Alan? Why is she now suddenly so concerned about Claude and who is attracted to Claude?
Because she's an anime girl.
Oh.
She's an anime girl who is threatened by older anime women.
Okay. But
we are like seconds away from her calling her a hag.
Okay, yeah.
I would say.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
There's no other explanation. They head to the cave. Celine has a map, and they go in. It's full of bats. Rena gets immediately freaked out. She goes, "I've never seen a real bat before." But then 2 seconds later, one lands on her face, and more screaming. And that's the commercial break.
Dinosaur camping.
It's pretty great, and that's one of the first fun anime faces of the episode. I like Rena's interaction with the bats.
Yeah.
The next one coming up soon is Celine's reaction to bugs.
Yes.
I love goofy anime face when it's like, oh, it's a gross thing I hate. I legitimately really enjoy those.
Yes.
And this episode does it twice.
Back from commercial, they're going deeper into the cave. Claude is carrying Rena, on his back or whatever. And he's asking Celine if there's anything here that actually has to do with the sorcery globe, because she just has this treasure map. And I think we've already figured out.
We know this is a filler episode. Yeah.
Yeah. And that, she's a shyster.
Yeah.
And all that. She laughs it off because she's the Faye Valentine of our story, basically.
Yeah.
And so Rena wakes up from her bat coma and onward they go. They reach another dead end. Apparently this was the 7th time Claude says that they reached a dead end. So Celine starts to walk back, but then randomly a cute little caterpillar lands on her. And this is what you're talking about. She freaks out from just that.
Yeah.
Just as with Rena and the bat, but Rena's not freaked out. But Celine hates bugs. Rena's amused by this. The caterpillar is very cute, though. I don't know why you'd be threatened by it.
It's a very cute caterpillar, yeah.
Celine had then fallen on top of Claude, though, and so she does the whole, oh, my hero bit again. She says, my heart was pounding. See? Feel my chest.
Oh, God, yeah.
Naturally, Rena's not liking that. Oh, no. We can't have that.
No.
We get the comedic angry face. Rena mumbles a bit and calls Celine a hussy. Again, just base level anime stuff. And then we are interrupted by a big beast coming down the tunnel. It's like an enormous caterpillar, maybe the caterpillar's mom or something.
It's a big
now
one.
Everybody's running out. They're scared as hell. We have like a weird dissolve cut to somewhere else in the cave because somehow we managed to outrun it. Okay, good. Everybody rests. Rena has cookies for everybody, except Celine swipes them and eats them all. Or rather, there's one left, and Claude offers to share it with Rena, and they just have a nice giggle about that, even though Celine is a real big jerk. But she's just doing her overconfident treasure hunter bit. The kids keep telling her the map is fake. She's just, it's like, no, you're wrong. She leans on the cave wall and falls backwards through it.
Is this where she goes into her thing about not having time to fall in love? Because that I think is the only thing in all 4 episodes that got a legit laugh from me. That's a legitimately funny line. When she says,
oh, I don't remember.
As a world-renowned treasure hunter, I just can't find the time to fall in love. And Claude says, are you bragging or complaining?
Oh, that, yeah.
And that actually made me laugh. Like, oh, that's a funny line. Hey, they snuck one by.
I laughed at the next line where as she's sliding down the shaft, chest down, and then she says, this is really hurting my ample bosom.
The subtitle, so the version we watched also had subtitles, and I think the subtitle was something like, it's grinding down my chest. Which is a little different, but kind of gets the point across.
A little bit morbid.
Yeah.
She lands outside, though. This cave tunnel takes her outside. The kids follow her down, and then they're both staring at like a purple shrine. Most likely the remnants of an ancient civilization, says Rena.
Wow.
Okay. Claude's tricorder says there's nothing here about the sorcery globe. Celine is already run off and calls for them to come look at the treasure chest she found. Sure enough, it is a treasure, I guess. But then everybody's attacked again. This time by the pterodactyl gargoyle things.
Just
the spirits of guards, I guess is what they're called or whatever.
They came to life to protect the treasure.
They attack Celine. Claude saves Celine, but it's still a boss fight, and so we need Claude's sword to make quick work of them. Not that we actually see any of this, because it's still a lot of still shots of swords and monsters and stuff is happening, I guess. Eventually, Celine, though, then fires another fire at them, but it's not effective. Pokemon. That's my reference.
Nice. I got it.
Celine asks to buy some time so she can cast a bigger spell. Claude then distracts the monsters, and Celine starts reciting the spell. Her thighs start glowing. That's weird.
I missed that.
Eventually, she starts creating a big glowing bolt of light that very easily then wipes away the monsters, just like that monster next to the stream in episode 1 or whatever. And again, we barely get to see it, but we're okay. Inside that chest, we go check it again. It was a book. The kids wonder what it says.
Dianetics?
No, actually, Celine takes a moment for a comedic pause and says, I have no idea what it says. So we all just walk back out of the cave, and Celine insists that she join the kids on their quest. Rena acts jealous, of course, tosses a caterpillar at Celine, and cut to credits. And that is what we saw of Star Ocean EX.
That's it. Wait, hang on. We've got one more of my favorite thing ever.
Yeah.
At the end of this episode.
I'm Rena. What?
There we go.
All right. Great. Well, now, what we like to do at the end of every show we watch here is we like to ask on Draw Game, is it horny? And I'm going to say barely.
Now, we sat down to record this last week, and I made the mistake of only watching the first 3 episodes. I didn't realize we were watching 4 episodes. And after watching 3 episodes, I answered the question, is it horny, with no, absolutely not. After having seen the 4th episode and the introduction of Celine, I will say, yeah, barely.
Yeah.
She is kind of the horny anime archetype. She fills that role pretty well, but it's not the focus. So it's a little horny, but it's not unbearably so.
Yeah. Star Ocean in general can get pretty horny.
Oh, yeah?
If you play those games, yeah. And so Celine was like one of the first witch-looking like hot ladies in the series. And the first shot of her is her chest. So yeah, that's leaning toward yes.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Kind of barely.
She walks into a room chest first.
Yeah. But this is a family show, you know, Tuesdays, 6:30, TV Tokyo. Be there.
I'm there. It's must-see TV.
So I can understand.
Wait, what's must-see TV in Japanese?
I can't translate it on
Minai to ikenai terebi.
Catch it. Yeah, so I can understand why they didn't go full on with anything there. But, you know, my final thoughts is really just one final thought. One, like I said, this doesn't have a lot of animation, does it?
No, it's very minimal.
It's just a lot of shaking and zooming. There's a lot of bright colors. Everybody has almost neon colors a lot of times. It's very overused.
Yeah.
There's bright colors everywhere, really. It's a very just like vibrant show. Like Claude is wearing like a bright green jacket. It's more like yellow colored in the game. I don't know why they went with that, but yeah, this was a pretty cheap show, which is surprising, but I guess not surprising considering that it came a few years after the game was released. And we were like well on the way to getting the 3rd game on PS2. So I'm not sure really what led to any of this happening. And then Square and Enix merged right after this too. And it's just like,
yeah.
Okay. I mean, Square and Enix both had their problems. I guess maybe this was the source of one of Enix's.
It seems to me that, I mean, Enix must have been doing all right if they could,
it's true. They did buy Square. Square was the really bad off one.
Square was the one not doing great after Spirits Within.
Yeah.
Which then allowed Enix to swoop in and be like, oh, yoink.
Yeah, Square was definitely spending... They had a different kind of animation they were spending money on.
Yeah. Which we will not be covering on this show, by the way. We're not doing CG.
No, it's a Hollywood movie, first of all.
Also that. Western cinema? I don't think so.
No. We're talking Japanimation on this show.
Japanimation, Akira, Robot Carnival, the 3rd one they aired on Cartoon Network.
Yeah, again, I'm familiar with the game.
Grave of the Fireflies, sorry.
The game, renal failure.
That's in my notes. But I had nowhere to put it.
How about the end of the show?
Great minds.
Yeah, so I'm familiar with the game. It's not necessarily a narrative masterpiece. And so I think the anime reflects that. But I would rather play the game, I think, yeah. Like I said, the remake's pretty good.
I think, yeah, someday I will go back to First Departure R. It's sitting on my Switch. I paid money for it. I would like to finish it at some. I think it was the crafting system that put me off. It just seemed like a lot at the time. It was not something I needed to deal with, and then I got distracted. But yeah, we'll see. But now, the ultimate question, are you going to keep watching the show?
No.
Really?
I'm going to be honest. I snuck the first couple minutes of the 5th episode.
Oh!
And then I saw some more bad animation. And I was just like, I can't sustain this.
Yeah. It's
thanks, but no thanks.
I don't think I'm going to be surprising anyone when I say almost no force on this earth could get me to watch more of Star Ocean EX. It is.
You don't even have the morbid curiosity I did to watch 2 minutes of the next one.
That's like the thing about morbid curiosity is that
you die.
Like it still takes time to do the thing. And like, I don't want to, it's, I'm not really an anime guy to begin with. So then I can't, I'm not.
So what you're saying is you're a shoe-in for this podcast.
Yes, I'm here to help. No, like I don't hate anime. I just,
You're probably not lasting 10 episodes.
No, 4 was about my limit.
I mean, of this podcast.
Oh, yeah. We'll see if I can make 10. I don't know.
All right. Well, that's been another fun-filled episode of Draw Game.
We did it, everybody. Go look for that sorcery globe. Go practice your heraldic magic. You can find out more about us at nomorewhoppers.com. Check that out. Also, if you want to support us and keep making things like this possible, you got to go to patreon.com/nomorewhoppers. We got tiers. We got bonuses. There's a show called Sassafras that's only for donors.
Yeah.
It's where we talk about the important things to us. Gravy. How to make gravy. It's the No More Whoppers after show. Why don't you start with No More Whoppers if you're very curious about what it is we do? It's mostly this. If you thought this show was a little too focused, you're going to love No More Whoppers. Also, do not forget, if you give it the $5 level, you also get access to Draw Game Type S, the bonus show for this show, where we tackle subtitled stuff that we are not going to cover on the main show.
Yes, it's twice the fun with less the English.
See.
Look forward to it.
Please look forward to it. Our first episode is going to be Ninja Gaiden, previously Ninja Gaiden. We don't call it that anymore. You can if you are under 10. I will forgive it.
Well, because everything's woke now, and we can't call things gay anymore.
I gotta call him Jaden Smith.
Excuse me. Go ahead.
I gotta call it Ride and Trad.
Yeah, you do, actually.
All right, fine. Well, then I guess I will.
What else we got?
We have a Discord. Check it out. Get on there. Talk to us. Hang out with us. I talk to people on there every single day of my life.
Wow, that's quite a commitment.
Ray's also on there.
They'll commit.
Well, he only has Discord installed on his office PC, so when he comes into the office, he'll look over at the screen and type yes or no a couple times a week, and then he'll...
That's not inaccurate.
Yeah?
I post there less on the weekends.
Aw. It's fun. I like that. We have a lot of fun people on our Discord. Come check it out. Don't forget to visit us on the internet. You can find out more about me at patui.org, where all my stuff is there. All my stuff is there!
And all my stuff is at rdbaaa.space. That's by initials and 3 A's .space.
That's right. Look, we just want to entertain you. It's all we have left. We're trying to make ends meet. We're trying to pay the rent. You're helping us make that possible. That's all from me. Raymond.
Right. Great. Thank you, Alex.
Thank you for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
On this interstellar endeavor. Anytime. And folks, thanks for listening. Hey, the results are in from the 25th annual Titanic Cast and Crew Marvel vs. Capcom 2 tournament.
Celine, you really did take us for a ride, didn't you?